Hey class, how y'all doing? This is Eric Miller, and this is the final response post to week 2 or module 2 to my group discussion. And just want to say that this week was, great job to you gentlemen in your post. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and your different perspectives on each topic you talked about. I definitely enjoy listening to the comments and the critiques that you guys had for this week module 2, and thanks for sharing. Let's get right into it. I'm going to start with Mr. Thomas and how you talked about the reflective model, the experiential learning, the King and Kitchener reflective model, and I like how you pretty much tied it into your job that you do now, your work that you do now here at UNCW with adventure and recreation. And well, actually, when I first started working here in the housing and residence life, we actually did like a team building day over at the campus recreation center, and each team building course, each team building exercise that we went through, of course we had to work together to get through the exercise, and after we finished completing the task, we had like a powwow, and we gathered in a circle where we reflected on what we've done. So I definitely agree with what you're saying as to, of course, the experiences play a role into how we, move on, and how we shape our lives and the things that we do. But definitely just the reflection piece as a whole is really what's more important, because that's the time that you get to think, kind of brainstorm and see where you went wrong or where you went right, and then you apply it to how you move forward. So like I said, I agree with you, and I definitely learned a lot about that in my team building exercises that I did when I first started here at Housing and Residence Life. So like I said, thanks for sharing your thoughts about the reflective model, King and Kitchener. I want to touch on Donovan's piece, the article that you read about the higher education and how they related to suicide. And like you said, being an RA, you were hands-on with students who first came to the university, so freshman students in particular, and you were there to help them cope with the different stresses they were having, or just a different transition. And I think that's good that we have RAs and ARCs and also like DRs, like desk receptions. They can kind of help with kind of coaching a freshman and putting them on the right track. And also it's great that we have like different transition programs that can help them get adjusted into the institution and getting involved, so that way they won't feel like they're ostracized or they're not being connected with, or they get a sense of belonging if they continue to be involved on campus. And if you know how people get, I mean, when you feel like you don't belong, you just feel like the world is against you, and yet you have nobody, and that is very true, that could lead to suicidal thoughts, or potentially, in the worst case scenario, suicide. And you don't want nothing like that to happen. So it's great that we had those different transition programs and at the university, and also like the residence assistants, and also like higher officers that work within the housing halls and residence life halls. So that's great. Thanks for sharing. And last but not least, Daniel, I want to touch on the piece that you talked about with Mr. Arthur Chickering and the Chickering 7 vectors of student development.